Hey guys, Tech Yeti here again, and I'm going to be starting a new series with you guys, and we're going to be going through creating our own virtual environment, virtual sandbox, creating test environments, and creating Windows 10 clients and Windows 2016 servers. And we're just going to be playing around with it, playing around with some DHCP, with SUS, MDT, SCCM, just the day to day operations that you use in a help desk. We can do a bunch of things once we get this virtual environment set up. But of course, we need to get that virtual environment going. We need to get the network settings correct so that the clients and servers can talk to each other. We'll build our own little domain and we'll get a file share going. It'll be nice. It'll be nice, easy, and it's a good way to learn the ins and outs of a help desk and how a network works in a corporate environment or really anywhere there are computers. There's domains there. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to be using Hyper-V for our virtualization, which is right here. But you also could use VirtualBox, which is free, or you could use VMware. I'm going to use a Hyper-V because it's a Windows feature inside of Windows 10, and it works great, and that's what I use in my job. I use it daily. I probably have about five or six virtual machines that I use throughout the day, just doing different tasks and different shares and whatnot. So the first thing to do to get Hyper-V installed on Windows 10 is to add a Windows feature. So basically, go to the Start button and we're going to type in Windows features, and we're looking for turn Windows features on or off. So we click that, and basically we just want to hit the Hyper-V checkbox, and just I have them all checked just so we have all of the features moving forward if we ever wanted to do something else with it. So once you click OK, it's going to say adding features, and then it's going to prompt you for a Windows update and to reboot your machine. So once you reboot your machine, Windows updates will run, and you'll turn it on. And all you have to do is go to the Start button and type in Hyper-V, and there you go. So now that we got it installed, let's look at it really quick. It's going to ask you to create a remote server. So basically just do a remote server, and that remote server will be a local, unless you want to point it to another server running Hyper-V. But for the sake of this, we're going to keep it localized. So now we can do a quick create or a new. The quick create is pretty cool because it actually points you to the dev environment and the 1809 Windows 10 ISO from inside of the application, which is cool. You also get Ubuntu and the MSIX packaging tool environment. Basically, you just install it and downloads the ISO, mounts it for you automatically. Unfortunately, it says that I only have 13 gigs free of space, and I don't want to be doing this on my C drive. I want to be doing this on my external. For some reason, it won't let me actually define where to install it. So I went ahead and I downloaded the Windows 10 1809 ISO on my own. Just a brief oversight. Let's remember that Windows 10 is the last operating system, and they're going to be doing branches off of that. And 1809 means that it came out in 2018 in the ninth month, which is September. So it came out in September of 2018. And we have 1803 and 1709, 1703. So that's basically where we get those numbers from. Just a nice quick little side note. So if you go into Google and you type in Windows 10 evaluation, you head to Microsoft Eval Center. Actually, let's go back. And we'll go to this one. Nope, wrong one. We'll go to the Windows 10 Enterprise Microsoft. And then from here, we're gonna get a bunch of different options. We don't need MD, the Microsoft Desktop Deployment Kit or anything. We just want the Windows 10 Enterprise. And if you see here, we'll see that it says Windows 10 1809. So you start your evaluation. You want an ISO for the Enterprise Edition because Enterprise, you can upgrade it whenever a new branch comes out. So you download it, and then from there, we'll be good to go. So we're going to do new virtual machine, and I'm going to call this Windows 10 1809 Client 1, because I'm assuming that we're going to have multiple clients on here. And I want to store this in a different location. I'm going to store this on my F drive and Windows. There we go. Okay. And we're going to do next. And we want to do generation 2, UFI based and 64-bit. That's fine. This is basically how much memory you want to dedicate to the virtual machine when it starts up. Now it's going to use, you can use dynamic memory. So basically that will fluctuate based on what you're actually doing in the virtual machine. We want to do a default switch, so we do get internet connection. And then we can configure that later so that we can actually talk to our servers inside of everything. And then this is good. This is where it's put in the virtual hard disk and all of the data. I'm going to give it 50 gigabytes of data though. And then it looks like we're good there. And we can choose the ISO that we want to mount and use. So let's browse, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder, and there it is. We'll click next, and then if you see here, this is everything that we just configured. Looks good to me, and we'll do finish. All right, we're good. So now we have Windows 10 1809 Client 1 off, and then we can basically do connect. And we'll start the machine. And it should actually go into the actual installation of Windows 10. It'll auto-mount the ISO. There we go. I think I missed it. We'll do an escape. I definitely missed it. There we go. So now we're going to go through the general installation of Windows 10. Very easy. We'll go through this very quickly. If you want me to actually do a little bit more in depth and other things that you can do inside of Windows 10 and the installation and booting into an audit mode and customizing Windows, let me know. I'm currently doing that and creating an image for SCCM, so I can definitely go into a lot of detail on that. Just leave your comments below. So we're going to do install. And I'm going to fast forward through this this part. I'll fast forward through the areas so you're not just here waiting. So now we're going to be brought to a screen, and it's basically going to ask us if we want to do an upgrade or a custom install. And that upgrade is if you're basically going from a prior version of Windows 10 or Windows 7. Keeps all your files and applications. We're going to choose custom install because there's nothing on the hard drive right now. Pretty self-explanatory. So now we see the 50 gig hard drive that we allocated. It's currently nothing. It's just unallocated space. So we have to format it. So we're going to hit new, and then we'll hit apply. Now this is going to give us some reserve space, backup, a recovery, a system, and then a reserved. And then we have our 49.4 gigs of primary, which is what we will have in total space. So we'll hit next. And it's going to start the Windows Windows installation. I'm going to leave it here. Alright, so it finished that. I skipped ahead, and now it's restarting. Basically, we're almost done with the installation of Windows. The computer just needs to do a quick reboot, and once it reboots and loads up, we'll have to input some user settings. It's really that simple, so we'll wait until that actually comes up. Alright, so we're gonna hit United States. It took a little longer than I expected. I think it might be time for me to get a new PC. I built my PC 2 years ago, and definitely think I need to upgrade. All right, so we're gonna choose the US keyboard layout. We can skip this. And we'll see how long this takes. If this doesn't get going in another minute, another couple seconds, I'm gonna pause it. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now it's gonna ask us if we want to sign in with a Microsoft account or join a domain, if you see in the bottom left where my mouse is. Signing in with a Microsoft account kind of just links everything together, and it automatically will sign you into Office, and it'll sync up your OneDrive and Skype, etc. We're going to use domain join. This is going to allow us to link our computers together and actually join a domain that we create on our remote servers that we will be doing in some future episodes. Okay, so now we're gonna be selecting who's gonna be using this PC. I'm trying to think if we create. I think we're not gonna be bound to a domain right now, so let's just name it Phoenix. No, we'll actually name it user, just to keep it nice and simple, and then we'll just do my normal password that I do for all my virtual environments that I will not share with you guys. Sorry. We'll confirm it, and don't remember having to answer these security questions, but we'll do this, and we'll see where we're at. Just so you guys know, when we create our own image, we can actually skip all of these things that we're seeing here. We'll just make this so the user does not see it, and it's a pretty simple change. All right, would you look at that? We have our own build of Windows 10 on a virtual machine, just like that. So now we have Windows 10 running Hyper-V, running Windows 10. It's that simple. We can do this later on, and we can figure out what we want to do. We'll end up creating another virtual machine, and we'll create a Windows server, and we'll bind the two together. We'll create our own domain and forest, and we'll link them together so they can talk to each other. And honestly, that's the end of it. It's really that easy. If you guys have any questions, leave your comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and just stay tuned for some more of these episodes. Hit that bell. I'm going to be uploading some more in this journey of creating our own virtual lab environment that we can literally do anything we want to. And I think this is going to be good. All right, until next time, peace.